George Clooney has been waiting for his true love for over 50 years.
I'm a much happier person.
I would never want to be with anyone else.
I think we both feel incredibly lucky to have found each other.
He is the person who has my complete admiration.
Today, he is a faithful husband and a devoted dad.
Ella's very elegant and dainty, and he's just a thug. It's every day some other story. I couldn't be happier.
But not long ago, he almost lost everything to addiction.
I drink. That's how you get through it. I know I'm never going to get married again.
How did Amal become George's savior? And are they happy today with their family of 4? I didn't know how unfull life was until I met Amal. Can you imagine that Clooney suffered from loneliness and was cheated on? That experience made him fear the relationship.
George, you were the most eligible bachelor in the world.
For a long, long time.
George failed in his first marriage when he was 28. The divorce lasted 25 months, 5 months longer than the marriage. Soon after, he vowed not to marry again.
I know I'm never going to get married again because I wasn't very good at it.
The man kept his word for more than 2 decades. Then he fell madly in love with Amal, a lawyer. But the beginning of the relationship was not that sweet.
Well, I liked her, but I didn't want to, jump the shark on it. I couldn't tell if she liked me because, I'm 17 years older than her, so she might have thought I was, grandpa.
George was really afraid she'd say no to him. But the truth is, Amal hit on him at first sight.
I met George when I was 35 and starting to become quite resigned to the idea that I was going to be a spinster.
Crazy in love, Amal and George started dating and kept it a secret.
It was really interesting because we had to hide for, a couple of months. You want to get to know each other and get to spend time with each other and not do it, on the front page of Hello magazine.
They were forced to meet in Amal's apartment in London and went on secret dates in small places.
We went out to dinner quietly. No one saw us. And it became romantic very quickly. Once I knew that she was interested, then I think we were together from that moment on.
But this wasn't enough for both George and Amal. They soon realized it was impossible to live without each other.
Very soon it felt like no matter what happened, I would never want to be with anyone else. I couldn't sleep when we were apart. And I'm told that I would display a particular grin and head tilt when reading his text messages or the letters that he would hide in my bag.
In less than a year, they both felt the chemistry they had.
I've met the exact right person, and I feel like we couldn't be happier. I think we both feel incredibly lucky to have found each other.
As soon as they moved in together, George proposed to Amal. He cooked dinner for her, created a romantic atmosphere, and chose the prettiest ring on earth.
I got down on my knee and I said, I couldn't imagine spending the rest of my life without you. And she kept looking at her hand. She was looking at me and she's like, oh my God. And it's like 25 minutes. And I literally said, look, I hope the answer is yes, but I need an answer because, I'm 52 and I could throw out my hip pretty soon if I don't get an answer. And then she said, oh, yes.
Wow.
Which worked out really well.
Over time, they began to think about expanding their family. George and Amal were over the moon when they found out about her pregnancy. But the first ultrasound was a great shock for them. George especially got quite emotional.
We go to the doctor and, you do the ultrasound and they're like, hey, you got a baby boy. I was like, baby boy, fantastic. And they go, and you got another one there. And I was like, I was up for one. Again, I'm old. And all of a sudden it's like 2 and I just stood there for like 10 minutes. But I'm so glad they have each other.
Having little kids completely changed George's life. He is a fun dad, and he even describes his babies in a funny way.
Ella's very elegant and dainty, and she has these big, beautiful eyes. She looks like Amal. And he's just a thug. He's just like, he's the fat little boy. He laughs louder than anybody in the room, and it's the funniest thing.
If before, George was afraid of being alone forever, now he begs for a moment of privacy. I've got 3-year-old twins. There's not a moment of peace in my house. I'd kill for some loneliness right now. I'll give you my left leg for some loneliness. He doesn't complain, but takes everything with humor.
I drink mostly, George. I drink. That's how you get through it.
My actual office has been turned into a nursery. So where there used to be a desk and things, there's big stuffed bears. I did hide a little tequila behind one of the bears.
All in all, George and Amal look very happy now. George assures fans that the rumors about their divorce are just rumors.
It's every day some other story. I think I'm on the cover of a magazine, Amal and I are fighting getting divorced.
The real truth is simple. They appreciate what they have, and it's the only thing that matters.
I'm a much happier person, and I will say that we are very happy. We have a very happy life.